Hello and welcome to AP Microeconomics. This class is a very unique class that I think is going to offer an interesting perspective to most of the young ladies and gentlemen that are present in our room. We're very lucky this semester as we only have about 10 students in this class, which is fantastic for open discussion of events and current world issues and really kind of diving into the core of why things happen economically. This class is going to be a class that's incredibly challenging for a lot of people as it is at a college level of expectation, but I also really think that your student is going to have a fun time in this classroom as well. It's very rare in a classroom you can voice your opinions and kind of hear the sides of everyone and debate them in a healthy manner. That's exactly what this class is. We're going to be learning basic microeconomic terms, and just in case you're unclear of the difference between micro and macroeconomics, micro is more at an individual or business level, whereas macroeconomics is going to talk about a worldwide economy system and kind of the trade between countries. For now, we're focusing on small-scale economics. We are not going to dive into the large-scale economics, but if you're a junior or you're thinking, hey, I would like to learn a little bit more about that, maybe sign up for macroeconomics so you can get the whole picture of everything that economics has to offer, at least in our school or at the college level and beyond. Just in case you have any questions about what this semester is going to be like, I'm going to send home a syllabus here on the first day of school. It's going to list out all of our basic objectives for the school year and break the units down into what their components are. There's 4 major units in this class, which means 4 major tests. We have a variety of different textbooks available to us as well that the students are kind of going to be responsible for, and I also have some additional resources you might want to look into. This textbook here is the one that all students will get on the first day of class and will be expected to bring with them daily. You are going to have nightly readings, so please make sure you keep up with your readings or even maybe get ahead. That's going to be the best way to make sure you're the most successful you, is to really dive into the content and make sure you've read everything that's required and some. We also have this tiny little book here that we might use from time to time. These are more just short excerpts of literally world examples. How do we learn from this situation and apply an economic standpoint, and what can we learn from those things? Some other resources you might want to look into if you're trying to get a 4 or a 5 on the AP exam. I highly recommend Barron's. All of their books are fantastic. I use this for AP, but I also use it for my SAT prep class. It's a fantastic resource, and I highly encourage you to pick that up. There's also this great book here, The 5 Steps to a 5. Occasionally we're going to use flashcards in class that kind of go over vocabulary terms and what their basic definitions are, as well as diving in a little bit deeper to those. I'll quiz the students with those flashcards, but this book directly correlates with them, and it kind of goes through all the concepts that are going to be the most important to see. I hope you enjoyed your summer reading. Freakonomics is definitely one of my favorite books of all time, so I'm really looking forward to hearing your analysis of the book, what you learned, what you'd like to discuss further. I think it has a lot of really valuable information. If you also enjoyed the book as much as me, I would consider possibly subscribing to the Freakonomic podcast. They come out with weekly, sometimes daily podcasts that just kind of extend it farther than what the book had talked about, and it brings more current examples into play. And it's just a great podcast to get your mind working and thinking about, okay, how do these everyday examples, how does economics play a part in them? I really look forward to talking a lot in this class about how everyday things are, on a basic perspective, they're simplistic. But then you really look at the business component or the economic component, and all of a sudden it's a brand new picture. So these should be some interesting conversations to have within this class. I don't have a whole lot of expectations as to what you need to do to be successful in this class. All I'm going to say is please make sure you keep up with your readings. Please make sure that you are actively engaging in class and you're getting all of your assignments done on time. I likely will not be collecting any late work from any students. Basically, if it's not here, it's late, and it most likely will not be accepted. This is because when I do collect an assignment, I go over the answers in depth, So if a student doesn't do the assignment on time, they've kind of lost that opportunity to make sure they're on the same page with the class. Also, if you already have the answers, there's no way to say you've done this on your own, so you deserve that grade. So keep in mind, all assignments need to be turned in on time, every single time. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot of announcements for you, but please know that email is the best way to communicate with me. I do travel between the annex and the main campus, so sometimes a phone call is a little hard to get through to me, and I usually have a secondary job after school, so email is definitely the best way to reach me. If you have any questions, I look forward to hearing from you. Take care.